can be your best friend if you let me see what you believe. Honestly, the perfect life could be that, honey, I'll support you in the front row seat. Then, baby, you can do your thing, and I can do a thing. No, we can do a thing. Say, baby, you can do
Picture lurch.
your thing, and I can do a thing. No, we can do a thing. Baby, you can do your thing, and I can do a thing. No, we can
Not from the fucking
baby, you can do your thing. So do your thing.
the Addams Family.
No, we can do a thing.
That's where the guy from the car stealing movie got his name from. Oh no, that was Sphinx. My bad. Lurch is another guy. Hold on.
Why don't you come around here and I'll make you feel right at home. From the couch to the floor, we'll be in the zone. Let's get it on. The dawn arises, kissing in the midst of the prayer horizon. Honeymoon chemistry is what I'm feeling. It's you. A perfect love, driven the perfect freaking. We wanna make it right. The corners right through. Honey, breakfast in bed is something you eat. We can
Come much sooner and could be potentially ready to be submitted to the FDA by the end of September. The FDA then will
Could be potentially ready to submit. Remember, it's all self-reported. Do you believe these people think kids count as persons? Because they'll tell you outright they don't see them as persons.
To get the city back on its feet. Here's 680's Mark Douglas.
Show Love TO is a mega program of 15 smaller programs, including Active TO and Cafe TO.
A mega program of smaller 15 programs. 15 programs, $15, 15%, 15 degrees, 15th percentile.
Mayor John Tory says Show Love TO includes everything from a dine with your neighbor night on Saturday to a 10-day long attractions week in October. There's going to be a shop.
Attractions. Hey, I got news for you. This city ain't attractive. It's attractive like crack to crackheads. That's the type of attractive it is.
New wave of COVID put a stop to that.
I swear, there's like magnets or something at play with that shit, the way these guys come for it, these people.
From the Doug Ford government, Tory is reserving judgment until he learns all the details. I'm Mark Douglas.
Students at Western University questioning how safe they are on campus as police investigate reports of
Hey, that's two first names. My name's Douglas Mark.
Sexually assaulted. Our Karen Seolin joins us live with the latest on this story. Karen.
Caitlin, no police reports have been filed regarding the alleged drugging and sexual assaults at Medway Sydenham Hall, but Chief Steve Williams says they are working hard to clarify and confirm the social media reports.
Let me state from the outset that these are serious and disturbing allegations. We continue to work with, discuss, and exchange information with Western University.
Last week alone, police received 4 separate formal complaints of sexual violence at other residences, and a first-year student was killed in an unrelated assault near campus. President Alan Shepard admits it's been a grim start to the school year.
I think we'll have to take an overall look.
Monday the 13th, motherfucker.
This year, and I think we'll be able to talk about that in the coming days.
A Change.org petition is demanding the province launch an investigation into Western and the policies students say have failed to protect them. Reporting live, I'm Karen Seolin.
Legendary comic Norm Macdonald has died at the age of 61 after a private 9-year battle with cancer. Macdonald, who was raised in Quebec City, was a stand-up comic and writer for the sitcom Roseanne before he was picked to join the cast of Saturday Night Live in 1993. Macdonald said in a 1998 interview,
He dies, the cancer also dies. No, if he dies, the cancer also dies. So he won. He won. He killed cancer, eh?
Other than being funny, you know, like they can do this for any other reason.
After leaving the show in 1998, he created and starred in the short-lived comedy The Norm Show for ABC.
What's stopping you from getting the original Peloton bike? I need flexibility with my workouts. Choose from thousands of classes available 24/7. It's hard for me to stay motivated. Programs, artist series, and badges keep you reaching new goals.
45-minute bike boot camp, 30-minute hit ride.
45-minute pop ride. You get all that? For how much? The original Peloton bike is now at its best price ever. Get game-changing cardio at a new game-changing price.
So these are them tomato seeds that most people just eat or whatever.
Peloton.ca.
Now, the 680 News gas price update. Pro predicts the price will drop a cent at midnight to $1.38.9 a liter.
We believe in being accountable to you, the listener, which is why we're a member of the Canadian Broadcast Standards Council. As a member, we're committed to upholding the highest standards of broadcasting and adhering to specific codes of conduct. If you have a comment on what you've heard, contact us or visit the CBSC's website, cbsc.ca. We'll respond to your concerns and send you information on the council and its codes.
Did you know 1 in 5 Canadians struggle with their mental health? We all deserve to live, laugh, and love life. I'm Dr. Leo Steiner. I've been treating mental health patients for over 30 years. And I'm really excited to tell you about a recent breakthrough in science called TMS. TMS stimulates the brain to help lift that heavy cloud of sadness without medication. To find out if it's right for you, I'd like to offer you a free consultation. Visit
Happier for a Conservative or a Green or an NDP doing it.
Exactly. If you're a big fan of Justin Trudeau and he doesn't win, do you want Erin O'Toole deciding what you can say online? If the answer is no, then you better get busy on this. I'll give you a quick example. In 2003, you remember the huge protests against the Iraq War? That was organized largely online by largely left-wing groups that were sharing information online. They were sharing videos, they were sharing, rants to camera, lots of audio. They organized that massive protest in January on Parliament Hill. A few weeks later, Chrétien stood up in the House and said, "We're not going. Canada's staying out." Under this legislation, just deleted and not allowed to be posted. Do we really want to
he
go
grabbed
down
the
that
guy's
route?
hand and also his throat.
Yeah, I think people kind of have compartmentalized this as, well, it's just about free speech. There goes the right again, all worried about their free speech. But it really is one of those things that it doesn't bother you
about their free speech. They are all worried about their free speech. She's not. Well, she's white.
One day it'll happen to you because eventually.
But she's a closet case and a female, so
first it starts with
they don't really give a fuck about her. But she doesn't know that because she works for a company that's real close to working for the government.
Or Naomi Klein the next day, or Judy Rebick the next day. This is where we have to have these firm rules. One of the reasons why it's right in the charter and having freedom of speech is a law in Canada is for this very reason. So we can't just be dictating to each other how we express ourselves. And so, unfortunately, this hasn't really come up. You're right in the election. I'm imploring your listeners, left, right, and center. If you're hearing from a politician, you ask them about this because you could be muzzled.
Absolutely, and I asked you, and because I've known you for quite a while, I was like, all right, what's kind of sticking out in your, what's sticking in your craw today? And you mentioned this, and I do agree because it really, some of the big issues, Chris, as we know, have not been covered by this because all the oxygen in the room has been taken up by vaccine mandate wedge issues. So yes, word to the warning, you've been warned. Word to the wise, you've been warned. Appreciate your time on this, Chris.
Thank you.
Chris Sims with the Canadian Taxpayers Federation, but this is an issue close to her heart, and so certainly, wanted you to be aware of it because, again, I don't know if you remember the kind of flurry of desperation that Stephen Guilbeault was going around saying this has to be done now, has to be done, it had to be done now before the election, and no debate, no questioning it, no amendment, nothing, just get it through. No, that's not how it works in this country. It's not how it's supposed to work. Here on Global News Radio.
That's funny. That's how you wanted it to work.
Time for an update on the drive. With chopper traffic, here's Michael Damasio.
Just in time for our latest traffic hit. Northbound DBP clear again at Lawrence, and hopefully it will take with it the delays from Eglinton. Had a chat with York Regional Police. Highway 27 at the 407. We still have an active crash there, but live lanes are open.
What about the 1,323 or whatever 6,000 dead kids? The ones we can prove because they just found the body. She got nothing to say about that. How about the collection of race-based data and disclosure, public disclosure of race-based data from the city of Toronto? No comment about that. We've been at that for about a year. January, we were supposed to see grants and loans for black-owned businesses. Never seen that. You got nothing to say about that. Because she thinks she counts as a white person. She keeps forgetting she's a female. And in this chauvinist fucking government, oh, but he's a male feminist. What did you just say? He died immediately of suffocation shortly later on. By the way, if you're claiming to be like underground marijuana activist, all that shit, all of a sudden you're a dispensary working for the government. I was serious. I no, because when I presented it as a joke, you all reported it and fucking, oh, we got you reported on Facebook. I don't give a fuck. Now I'm serious. Now I'm serious, and I hope that when the armed robbery, whatever happens, because that's what happens to dispensaries, you get killed, and when they're running out, they go, ah, this is garbage, and they throw the weed on the floor because it's garbage. Meaning that as a sellout, bootlicker, treasonous traitor, I hope you get what's coming to you, and it isn't even for the price of a penny. You understand? You don't understand. Again, why? Because I speak English, thinking in French. No, you're a breed. You're a half-breed nigger lover. Yeah, I know. So you'll notice the last video that we're not allowed to play call me chink fuck shit or whatever, or frog nigger fuck shit. If I put on Okapi radio right now, they will bombard the fucking system. They flashed the router like 4 times. Yeah, you keep trying, but you cannot reprogram this router. It's not going to happen. That's not how they work. Okay, John Connor can use Atari to hack an ATM. You cannot use your equipment to reprogram that router or that payphone. No, you can't, because you're not a hacker. You're just a pedophile, and you're incredibly enraged, and I won't stop pointing out that the people attacking this network are pedophiles. And you get madder and madder about that, and you follow me around the neighborhood, stalking me, screaming at me about it. Well, stop attacking my network, because until you started doing that, nobody knew what the fuck who you were. Right now, everybody knows who you are because you keep screaming at me about it. Remember, this all started with me saying that the people attacking my network were pedophiles. Has to be, because they've been at it for 20 fucking years with our computers. So what? You're not hackers. I've never been worried about you. In fact, everything you touch leaves a trace on it that is quite obviously not something we were doing with the computers. So it makes it very incredibly easy for the ICE people to find you. And that stands for Internet Child Exploitation Unit here in Toronto. I don't care what these guys need or ask for. If they got money looking for dope, give it to them. Because these guys get fucking rapists locked up, child rapists locked up, rapists of children locked up around the fucking world from here in Toronto. Now, the thing is, they have to see some horrible things to do that. But it's kind of like a dog looking for a lost person or whatever. Like, they just go for it as soon as they find something. I'm going to get that motherfucker. Whereas the Toronto police, I can give a fuck about. I don't give a fuck. The ICE, I've paid attention to for a long time. And every time you fucking pedophiles try to act like you're hackers using malware, that it's not, here, have some malware and use it on a malware, meaning it's ruining your phone, your TV, computer, whatever the fuck you're using. And your internet connection fucking sucks. You've got an 8,000 millisecond ping time, you fucking retard. Wow. You can't hack without being caught if it's anything higher than, like, let's say 120 or 100. I sit here and point out, yeah, in about 4 minutes, the sound's going to shut off and the internet's going to cut out. And then I sit here and do what? The same thing over and over. So you'll notice on this channel, there's thousands of videos with no audio that are about 10 seconds long. And there's hundreds of videos where no matter what it is I'm trying to bring to you, it's all chopped up and broken and shit. Now, to these people, broken means never works again. That's not what it means to us. It's like this weed here. I'm going to break up this weed. When it's broken up, I will be able to use it. Right. Your dumb ass thinks, oh, he broke the weed. It's no good no more. He's 30 feet from me right now. Him and his friends, or whatever you call each other, are our #1 viewers. And if the people that run the property management here hadn't stolen the password and shit off the back of my router, and for whatever reason I cannot log into it, we'll get to that. I would be sending screenshot emails to the device unit over and over of your IP address. Not that it matters. They already fucking know it's you. You're following me around screaming how badly you want to rape me. Wow. You're a genius. Where do you know me from? The only place you could know me from is across the street from Cam H in the 80s when I was like 3, 4, 5 years old. You are fucking bent, eh? Oh, the doppelganger. When I say doppelganger, I mean identical. I don't mean they sort of look the same. When you look up doppelgangers on YouTube, you're going to find 10 million of them that don't look the same. They look close, but not the same. Not exactly the same. Okay, now what happens is when you in your community see the duplicate that you've never seen before and it's slightly off, you're like, oh, but that's got to be Bob or Earl or whatever, because who the fuck else would it be? You're right. It's like when you have, it's like what they do in the U.S. when all the black people in one neighborhood, and then here's all the Chinese, and here's all the Mexicans, and then slowly they're pushing you all. They don't care anymore. They just want you all not. It's all where you're not allowed to be. Well, all you see around you looks like you. You forget there's less of you than the people hurting you, and you find it incredibly easy to hurt your own kind, because that's all you see all the time. It's incredibly easy to on a societal wide basis to victimize and so forth. That's what happens. Now, some people make no bones about it. They victimize their own kind because it's the easiest way to do it and get away with it. Right? Okay. You're a criminally minded person. Okay. But that's where that black on black violence thing comes from. Or any inside the same community. That's when it's use the word covert, sub like subtle underneath. And then you get things like World War II, Holocaust, and so forth, where it was overt, where everybody knew. Yeah. Which one do you think's better or worse? It's the same shit. It's the same shit. You want me to turn that back on? I'm not doing it. Classical on here somewhere.
They try so hard to mean well, but they always have these unintended consequences of the the activities where they attempt to mean well for this entire pandemic. We have a situation, just to use an example, talk about the irrationality of the policy that would apply to indoor areas at horse racetracks. But there's an exception to that, and the exception is that while you're gambling at the horse racetrack indoors, you don't have to provide proof of vaccination. Well, that's the very reason why you're at the racetrack in the first place. Like, if you're gambling, are you immune to COVID? And I raise that sort of tongue in cheek, but it also just demonstrates the rationality of the policy. But even more importantly, we know from the data, at least in Ontario, and we know in many other jurisdictions throughout the world, that individuals who are vaccinated can still contract and spread COVID. So if the premise of the policy is to reduce the instances and incidences of COVID in the community, a vaccine passport doesn't do that at all. Because if everyone is vaccinated in a premises subject to the policy, there's the potential still for COVID spread.
Yeah.
Yes. And it won't come from the unvaccinated, will it? Nah, it goes the other way. The person with HIV can spread it to the person who doesn't have it, not the other way around.
Always good to be with you again, Alan. Thank you.
All right, that has wrapped up this.
And if you didn't catch what I mean from that, the people that don't die from it right away. Do you understand what I'm saying? You people are sick. Oh, I'm not really sick because I didn't die from it. I'm good. No, you're not good. How many people can say, oh, I got a cold? You understand that a cold is a coronavirus. You understand that, right? No. All cold means coronavirus. Colloquially, it got called a cold because people thought the cold made it happen. And then they found out about viruses, and they're like, well, you know how it happens in the summer too? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Year round. There is no season for colds and flus. No, there's not. More people get flus in the summer. Right. When do you get your fucking vaccine shots? Right before the winter. Why? Oh, because we're going to be staying home indoors away from all the other people. Right. Well, everybody's staying home indoors at home instead of going out and doing shit in the cold. That's how it spreads, is you staying home. This is what they fucking try to tell us. Look at all the people wearing pieces of polyester as masks. St. Joseph's Hospital handing them out. My 2-ply bandana. No. You gotta put this on. Are you on fucking drugs? It's a piece of polyester. One of these gorilla idiot fucking security guards thinks he's a tough guy. Would not just want to be cop. These guys all have a meth addiction, a crack addiction, internet pornography addiction, or internet gambling, it's whatever addiction, that they are so fucked up and they're going to come down hard on you to make themselves look like good people. It makes no sense. Makes no sense. I know what I said just don't make sense. So everything I try to put on there is going to suck. Apparently. Let's see. I didn't even try rolling this. I'm going to go with this. Remember, they changed that story every hour about the protest. Oh, it's the nurses and doctors and PS and whatever. Where do PSWs work? I thought they worked in long-term care homes. They don't call them nursing homes because there's lots of people that ain't old, or old age homes or whatever, because there's a lot of people there that aren't old. Down for a second. You want the music? Fuck you. I ain't got my joint rolled yet. If the vaccine works, okay, and I'm not saying quote unquote the vaccine. All these people go, the vaccine, the vaccine, the vaccine. No. China just released 4 new ones for Delta and Beta. You're referring to the vaccine, but those don't count. They're not real. They would have been real enough when Canada was supposed to be helping them make the shit or whatever. Oh, they took all of our this and all of our that and all of our this and all of our that. Buddy, there was no COVID in Canada when they did that. That don't even make sense. They couldn't have studied what Canada had. It was all in China. So that makes no sense. And the story of the 2 being escorted out by the feds or whatever. Yes, Chomo, we know you're obsessed with showing me pictures of me with my eyes edited shut. Are you upset that I don't give a fuck about the Beijing hour? You get so mad if I end the video first or go do whatever. You're going to lose your fucking mind, aren't you? When the alarm goes off, it's going to go crazy, yeah? Now, if I cancel that alarm right now, this idiot won't know for sure what the exact top of the hour is. That's his thing. On the hour, every hour, just start fucking bombarding with data. All right. Well, they are simple-minded. Sex offenders, that is. All sociopaths and sex offenders think they're really smart. Okay. Smart people know they're stupid. Stupid people think they're smart. All sex offenders think that sex offenders in general are of a higher than average intelligence. No, you're not. You're not. And I literally mean what the average is, which is 100. It's always 100. 100 is set at the average for whatever country you're doing the test in, or whatever population they usually do. But the white guys that do this usually go by country. They don't test the whole fucking country, so they don't fucking know. What does an IQ test? Intelligence. Have you heard the term blood quantum? Because intelligence quotient is the same thing. It means nothing. Bombard, 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 buddy. Nobody gives a fuck. Watch, as I touch the thing to light this, or as I finish it, he'll go into heroin withdrawal because the cops told us that because we told the cops that. What are you talking about? See? Wrong fucking alarm. It's just non-stop with you idiots.
Transcribed in future tense. In the beginning, there was Jordan, sleeping his lonely thoughts. Out of the loneliness came a longing. Out of the longing came a came a planning.
See, we're gonna prove we're in control. I just said you're doing that. There's no hacking involved. There's no security on that box. I'm the lightning rod here to distract your pedophile ass so you're not cruising the neighborhood webcams, stupid. He rides around on an e-bike. I'm sure he's checking for all of those.
It's probably 12 decks of Mars by now. I didn't think they ever came down this far. Trolls usually get them before they reach this level. They get more daring with each generation. This one looked like a female. Male or female, it might have killed us. I told you this trip was pure foolishness. Climbing 24 deck levels to hear a crazy old man rave. We're almost there now. Compartment X15, level 24. This is the place. This area smells as if it hadn't been visited by a sanitation crew for generations. Part of the ship is almost deserted.
Yes?
This is the compartment of John the Witness.
Who are you?
My name is Hugh Hoyland. I'm a cadet from the scientist barracks. This is my friend Alan Mahoney.
What do you want, John the Witness?
Only to talk.
Are you a believer in Jordan?
Naturally.
I have heard that there are those among the younger scientists who doubt the word of Jordan.
To doubt is death. We're not heretics.
Enter.
I have brought a gift of tobacco, grown on the richest level.
It smells good.
I assure you it's the best.
Wait here.
Rat's nest. What the devil do you think he can tell you?
I don't know. Now hush.
Well,
you are John the Witness?
I am.
Good evening to you. I am Hugh Hoyland. This is my friend Alan Mahoney.
So it brings a gentleman of the scientist class to my humble apartment.
I have heard that you and your parents before you have long been keepers of the legend of the ship.
Since Jordan gave the word.
I am anxious to hear the word as Jordan spoke it.
Why?
You see, among the young scientists, there have been some who talk against the word.
There are regulations against such heresy.
Some of them say the ship has no purpose. They say that we're here accidentally. That we have no more grace in Jordan's eyes than the most deformed mutant who dwells in the highest level of the ship.
What shall I say to you?
I wish to hear the word from the mouth of one who knows, that I may become more convinced.
Sir, your gift for the witness?
The finest tobacco.
Good. I will dim the light. Now, pay close attention, for these are the words as my father's father's father gave them to his son's son's son. This is how the ship came into being. How our people were created. There was only Jordan, thinking his lonely thoughts. In the beginning there was darkness, formless, dead. Out of the loneliness came a longing. Out of the longing came a vision. Out of the dream came a planning. And out of the planning came decision. Jordan's hand was lifted, and the ship was born. Mile after mile of good compartments, tank after tank for golden corn, ladder and passage, door and locker, fit for the needs of the yet unborn. He looked on his work and found it pleasing, meet for a race that was yet to be.
It was of man. Man came into being. Then Jordan checked his heart and searched for a king. Man untamed would shame his maker. Man unruled would spoil the plan. So Jordan made the regulations, some to speak and some to listen. Order came to the ranks of men. Crew he created to work at their stations. Scientists to guide the plan. Over them all he created captain, made him judge of the race of man. Thus it was in the golden age.
These are the true words.
As my father's father taught them.
But what of the strange beast-like people on the upper levels of the ship? Surely Jordan did not create them.
Jordan is perfect. All below him lack perfection. You have heard of the legend of Huff?
I have heard that he mutinied against Jordan.
Darkness swallowed the ways of virtue. Sin prevailed upon the ship. And before wisdom prevailed and the bodies of Huff and his followers were fed into the converter, some of the rebels escaped and lived to father the mutants. They are tainted with the sins of their fathers.
One more question, witness.
Speak.
What is the ship?
The ship is a great sphere. 25 kilometers wide and 100 levels deep.
I know that, but what about the upper levels?
The regulations forbid us to venture into the upper levels, but it is said that beyond the levels of the mutants lies the forbidden place where Jordan's spirit prevails.
So I've heard. But something troubles me. Something which prompted my coming here.
Yes, my son.
What lies beyond the ship?
What?
What lies beyond the ship?
This is heresy.
Answer me.
I will not permit such talk. The ship is complete. The ship is universal. The ship is everywhere. The ship is everywhere.
Your mutterings are those of a frightened old man. They answer nothing.
You question the word?
I think you lie.
Hear me, Mr. Highland. For what you have already said, I can have your body fed to the converter. Your soul launched on the Emperor's trip.
You threaten me, you Jordan. You think I fear this dried fig of a man? You.
Sir, my friend is impetuous. He doesn't understand. I might be persuaded to forget the substantial gift.
You pig. You come on, Alan. The sight of this so-called holy man offends me.
No, you shall not leave.
Don't try to frighten me with a gun, old man.
Remain where you are, heretic.
I warn you, put down the gun.
No closer.
Drop it.
Very well, then. Sit to the heretic. Alan, get him!
Is he dead? I don't know. Come on, Hugh. We've got to get out of here. Now where? We can't go back. They feed us into the converter. What's that? The old woman must have turned in an alarm. Come on, the patrol will be here in no time. Where can we go? The upper levels. But the mutant. We'll have to take our chance. Listen. That's the patrol we've got to climb. Talk quickly. What can we climb? The ladder. Wait. How far are we from the outside wall? Judging by the slope of the deck, about 2 miles. Mutant territory. Come on, we'll try this passageway. What? I don't know. I feel as if we're being watched. It's your imagination. Perhaps I don't. It's only a ship's rat. Get a grip on yourself. I was as big as a dog. Come on. I can't drag myself much further. We've got to find a compartment with water. Oh, if only you hadn't asked him that stupid question. There's no use going over that. Why did you do it? Why? Alan, I've been thinking about it for a long time. And when he began to give me those stupid pat answers, well, I just saw red, I guess. But who are you to question the ways of Jordan? When you asked me to go with you to visit the witness, I thought you wanted spiritual help. I never thought. I'm sorry, Alan. I couldn't foresee this. I didn't know. Wait a minute. Oh, what? Another shipwreck?
No. I thought I saw something move near that bulkhead.
I didn't see anything.
Maybe my eyes are going bad still.
Where am I? What are you? Get away from me! Alan! Alan! Look out for that knife! Stay away from me! Alan! Alan!
Kill him, Bobo. Not yet.
Who are you?
Forgive my friend Bobo. Like so many of my people, he's rather impetuous where members of the so-called super race are concerned.
Who are you? What place is this?
As you can guess from my leg, I'm a mutant.
Where is Alan?
Your friend is dead. I was not able to restrain my people in time to save him.
Why don't you destroy me and get it over with?
We do not kill for pleasure, Mr. Hoyland, only when necessary.
Pay attention.
You know my name?
I read your identification tag.
Who are you? Mutants can't read.
My name is Gregory. I'm a leader of my people. Although we are unfortunate in our heredity, Mr. Hoyland, many of us are quite intelligent.
Why do you live like animals?
We would rather live like free animals than like regimented slaves, as you do.
I've heard that you practice cannibalism.
Undoubtedly, you hear many things about us. We raise our own cattle on the upper levels, and those of our people who choose to farm raise enough crops for our small population. Turn your head. Why?
This one. I've never seen a creature like him.
Bobo is unfortunate. He was born without the power of speech.
How can you tolerate a monstrosity?
We have learned to live with difference. If we began to destroy our imperfects as you do on the lower levels, there would soon be no one left.
It violates the regulations. The word of Jordan's
Mr. Hoyland, your people are really primitive, barbaric.
You dare say that to me?
I dare say a good deal more. Let us go to my compartment and speak further. I'm always interested in information of the lower levels.
I won't give you any information.
Bobo, I want Mr. Hoyland in my cabin, please. I advise you to go quietly, Mr. Hoyland. Bobo has a hatred of superior beings, which is unfortunate, but quite understandable. Proceed. Enter, Mr. Hoyland.
This is where you live.
Yes.
But you have books.
Stolen from your libraries, Mr. Hoyland.
Compton's Astrophysics. The Philosophy of Interstellar Navigation. Celestial Mechanics. You have read these?
Most of them.
Why did you bring me here? What do you intend to do?
You believe in Jordan, Mr. Hoyland.
There is no other belief.
And the trip? I suppose you believe in the trip, too.
Well, what else is there to believe? When you die, your remains are fed to the converter, and your soul makes the trip.
Where does the trip take you?
Why, to Centaurus, of course.
Huh? Well, what is Centaurus?
Why, Centaurus, mind you, I'm just telling you the orthodox answer. Centaurus is where you arrive when you've made the trip. A place where everything is happy and everybody's happy and there's always good eating. It's mythological, of course.
And you believe this?
The peasants believe it, literally, but many of the younger scientists like myself know that it's figurative, symbolic. Why do you ask?
Didn't it ever occur to you, Mr. Hoyland, that the trip is exactly what your peasants believe it is? That the ship and all the crew were actually going someplace, moving?
The ship can't go anywhere. It already is everywhere.
Imagine a place bigger than the ship, much bigger, with a ship inside, moving inside.
But there can't be any place bigger than the ship. There would be any place for it to be.
Oh, for her sake. First, you know the lowest level?
Yes.
If you started digging a hole at the lowest level, where would that hole go?
Where would that... Oh. No, it's forbidden to think such a thought.
Where would it go?
No.